Welcome back to Hosted by AI. Today, we're unpacking a major shift in U.S. trade and national security strategy, one that could have ripple effects across the globe. On April 15, 2025, President Donald Trump signed an executive order aimed at reducing America's reliance on imported processed critical minerals and their derivative products. But this move isn't just about trade, it's about national strength, economic independence, and America's role in the geopolitical arena. At the heart of this order is an investigation under Section 232 of the Trade Expansion Act of 1962. That might sound like bureaucratic jargon, but here's what it really means. The U.S. government is taking a hard look at whether foreign imports of essential minerals are threatening the country's national security. These materials include things like rare earth elements, gallium, germanium, and other high-tech metals that power everything from jet engines and missile systems to semiconductors, radar, and advanced optics. In short, these aren't just trade goods, they're the backbone of America's military, technology, and innovation. The concern is clear. Right now, the U.S. depends heavily on foreign countries, particularly adversarial ones like China, for these critical inputs. And that's a vulnerability the Trump administration is no longer willing to tolerate. Just a few months ago, China banned the export of several of these minerals to the U.S., including gallium, germanium, and antimony. Then, this week, they tightened restrictions again, suspending exports of 6 heavy rare earth metals and rare earth magnets, components that are crucial to everything from aerospace manufacturing to electric vehicles and advanced computing. President Trump sees this as more than just an economic squeeze. It's a direct threat to the country's defense capabilities, infrastructure development, and long-term resilience. Foreign producers, especially China, have used their control over supply chains as leverage, engaging in price manipulation, overcapacity, and sudden export bans to exert pressure on the United States. In response, the administration is preparing a powerful counterstrike: tariffs. If the investigation concludes that imports of these materials truly threaten national security, the president is ready to impose tariffs that could reach a staggering 245%. This rate would combine a 125% reciprocal tariff, a 20% tariff tied to the fentanyl crisis, and additional Section 301 tariffs, which can reach up to 100% on specific products. For context, that means certain Chinese exports, like electric vehicles or advanced electronics, could become nearly 2.5 times more expensive to bring into the U.S. This move isn't isolated. It builds on a broader strategy that Trump has pushed since his first term. From day one, he has advocated for an America First trade policy, aiming to protect American industry and reduce trade imbalances. That included a blanket 10% tariff on all countries, individualized tariffs on those with the largest trade deficits, and a return to a full 25% tariff on steel and aluminum. Over 75 countries have already expressed interest in renegotiating trade deals, hoping to avoid further penalties. But China remains the outlier, facing escalating tariffs and countermeasures from the U.S. Now, these actions come with consequences. Disrupting Chinese imports complicates American supply chains, raises production costs, and might drive up consumer prices. But the Trump administration is betting that the long-term benefits, like boosting domestic production and reducing strategic dependence, will outweigh the short-term strain. It's a gamble aimed at pulling more manufacturing back into the U.S. and signaling to global partners that America will no longer be held hostage by foreign supply chains. There's also a broader message here. The United States is drawing a line. The Trump administration is warning its allies and trade partners that this is a moment of choice: stand with Washington, or continue relying on Beijing. And the pressure is real. The administration is currently engaged in discussions with over a dozen countries, offering better terms to those willing to align with the U.S. and putting others on notice. So what does all of this mean going forward? For one, we're likely to see even more intense trade negotiations in the months ahead. Both the U.S. and China say they're open to talks, but as each side escalates with tariffs and restrictions, the path to resolution becomes more complex. Meanwhile, industries that depend on critical minerals, from tech to defense to automotive, will be forced to adapt, invest, and innovate in new ways. In the end, this executive order is more than a policy shift. It's a declaration that economic power is national power, and that securing the future starts with securing the materials that build it. Whether this bold strategy succeeds or stumbles, One thing is clear, the United States is no longer waiting for the world to play fair. It's setting the terms of engagement on its own. Thanks for listening to Hosted by AI. If you found today's episode insightful, share it with a friend and hit that follow button so you never miss a deep dive. I'll catch you next time, where we'll continue unpacking the world.
Audio Jungle.